crane just behind us, and the moment I put my foot down, the crane stepped over my foot, and doctor said, it's just miracle. I just can't bear the thought of having surgeries. Welcome you on board. This is Aditya Baghel presenting you on my journey. How I survived a crane crash. For the first time ever, I was going regularly to the college. It was very much surprising for myself also, as I have not been a regular student at both school and colleges. Well, it all started when I was coming back after giving an exam from my college at 6:30 or something, 6:30 to 7 p.m. in the evening. So we were moving slowly, and then suddenly what came next was that our bike smashed into another van in front of us, which made the bike unbalanced. That led us to almost fall to the side, and very instinctively, my right foot just went down to save us from the crash. Um, and what was coming next was one of the most terrifying experiences of my life. Crane just behind us, and the moment I put my foot down, the crane stepped over my foot, and at that moment I just yelled out of my lungs. And then the crane operator pulled the crane back. You can see it on the screen what was the condition of my foot just in a few minutes. Instantaneously I pulled my leg up. It was so much swollen, like it just gonna bust. Many times I felt like I would get dizzy, or I might faint in the time period I will reach hospital. So I did my best, what I could, called everyone and tell them the sort of story what just happened. I called my uncle, my dad, and my friends. They rushed to the hospital. The moment I reached hospital, I was as terrified as anyone else who had visited, emergency room. I was in so much of pain, and they gave me very strong painkillers, but that didn't work quite well. And my BP shot up 180 plus constantly. After the X-rays, and doctor said, it's just miracle. It's very miraculous that after crashing into a crane, my feet just survived. And even I was so surprised and blessed. Like, at that point I felt like all the good doings and all those blessings do work in life. But came next was not, I was not ready for that. I thought it might be a 2 week or a 3 week rest for me. But doctor told me that your muscles has busted, and it's just miraculous that you survived, your foot survived. But it's not that, it's very very normal kind of an injury. Your muscles ruptured, your nerves and also ligaments are in very bad condition. What you need to do is like go for a rest. And I was like, how much of rest? And it was uncertain. It could be at least a month, and highest was, we never know. So I was really terrified of all this. Then we came home and saw the faces of everyone, and I was like, come on, it's not a big deal. In a few weeks I will be all right. But what did I knew that I could not keep my leg below my waistline, and it was so much of painful that even if you put a little bit inch of your foot below your waistline, you would like cry out of the pain, because of the numbness I had from that painkiller was slowly fading away, and I could realize that how much I have sustained an injury. Then slowly, the first few days, or say the first few weeks, were so much of full of anger, full of ambiguity, and full of confusions, like what's next, and what am I gonna do in these days, and what's all. It was so full of emotional ups and downs. So in the meanwhile, there were times it was almost about to have a surgery, and honestly, I am very much afraid of the surgeries, because of I don't know what reasons, but I just can't bear the thought of having surgeries. First time it was about for my left flank. My doctor diagnosed that I might have a left flank injury. Thankfully, MRI showed otherwise, and there was no left flank injury in my foot. Otherwise, they would have to cut it open and put some wires in my bones just to align them. Another surgery I just almost touched and got back was for my knee. My knee got a serious fluid buildup. Couldn't even move a single centimeter. I'm being literal about it. A single centimeter movement in my knee was not possible. I need to move my knee with support of both my hands. Not even I cannot move independently. After almost a week of medicine, little bit of exercises, diet, and massages and compressions, I finally just got saved from it. The whole time period of about the 3 months wasn't very kind to me. My anger was all time high. The person who is always calm was very much irritating all the time. You can say either because of the medicines or because of the conditions I was in. I was totally dependent and I could not even move myself. All I could do was just call someone to even move, and just completely dependent. And especially for a person who is like so hyper independent, who doesn't want much help from the people around, it felt so heavy to ask for help and seek for help. And one thing I realized that, okay, sometimes it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to tell the people that, okay, yeah, I need your help and please do something about it. It's not always that one sided thing should be there in your relationship. Some of the key lessons I can quote from this: we think that, okay, we have time to tell people we love them, we have time to express our love, but we don't. You never know which moment can be the last. You might don't know if you will ever be able to walk someday, or if you will ever be able to look. Everything is just uncertain, and when things are certain, you should get the best out of it. And when you know that things are in your control, you should get out. You should show some love, express some feelings, and don't guilt. Don't keep yourself in the guilt that, okay, someday, the someday might never come. Today is the someday. And another thing I learned was that in life, sometimes as a child, you have very much broad spectrum of interest and passions. But slowly, when you grow up as an adult, you are constantly taught that, okay, doing this and this, these are the things you should be doing academically, or you should be doing like physically, or as an sports, or either as something else. You are constantly given a time schedule, but all these are man-made. All these are not even man-made, society made. But does that society comes to your rescue when you are laying in the bed? No, it don't. Your friends come, right? Your family comes. But when we think about doing things, why we consider about the society? Why don't we can just consider about the family and people? I will just cherish every moment of upcoming life, and I may still. Some might think that what just happened was not good, but I think it was indeed needed to get back that spark. But as you know, that when life is not uh, giving you rewards, it might be testing if you are capable of getting rewards. So I tried my best to pass those tests. Hopefully, I did. But later on, I really thank my people, my brothers, my family, my sisters, my friends, and everyone involved around. Later on, I also resumed my classes and also written my exams. But one key event was writing my CAT 2026 exam. Surprisingly, I wasn't prepared, but still I did pretty well as compared to my previous year records. Okay, so this was it about my injury. And for the YouTube part, I have started because what I have realized throughout this period, what I have realized as an individual, neither I am sure about that I am going for the job or I am going for the completely YouTube. That's all depends upon the time, what happens, how all these things unfold. I just don't know. Like, when you survive an accident like that, it just gives you a second chance at life. And I don't want to spoil that by fixing that only I will do these things and I will do these things. So, what's the current status of the injury? Well, I am able to walk. I am able to do things myself. And recently, I completed a 1 hour constant walk, say in a single run. Other than that, pretty much, when I walk and just keep my leg down, it pains. It pains a lot still. But it will take time. I think probably 4 to 5 months is still gonna take. And it has left a lot of scars on my foot, but scars are the signs that you are a brave soldier. It's okay for me. I have tried using some scar gel something, but not much of expectation that they were pretty well. So pretty much that was about it, what I learned throughout this period, and what has changed me throughout this period. For the context that what I will be posting here, why I have started this YouTube channel, it's just reflection of myself that life is too short. You never know what's gonna happen next, and when you are alive, when you can do things, why not do it all? So one of those pending things in my bucket list was to start a YouTube channel and document my interest, my passions, my life. Okay, so I will be posting all these things and I can be adding a little more of it. We will have a wonderful journey together. Stay subscribed. If not yet, why are you waiting? Subscribe fast so we can grow this family. and we can learn together a lot of things to coming. And thank you. This is Aditya Baghel signing off.